Welcome to the No Spin News for Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. Stand up for your country. Now, as you may know, I have been employed as a journalist for 50 years, 50 years. It's very hard for me to process that because I remember going to Scranton, Pennsylvania, Channel 16, WNEP-TV, right out of Boston University and beginning my reportorial career. And that doesn't seem like it was 50 years ago, but it was. But here's something very interesting. There are only 2 national journalists in television that have survived longer than me in the whole country. That is really something. And I'm going to put this in the Smart Life segment tonight because it's a great story. It'll never be told by the corrupt media, which hates me. But it is really an excellent story. And you'll be very curious to hear who the other 2 are ahead of me. Okay? Again, that'll be in Smart Life coming up. But the Talking Points memo this evening is on the migrant deportation. So Donald Trump got elected because Joe Biden was incompetent and the country was reeling. But his major campaign theme was Make America Great Again by reinvigorating the economy and by mass deportations. You remember, everybody remembers. I said at the time that no way any administration could deport 15 million people. You can't. And the people who think you can are living in a delusional world. So political rhetoric is one thing. I mean, you know, you're on a campaign, well, everybody's going, all right, fine. But those of us who really know how it works knew that there would be deportations, but not massive deportations, because you can't do that under our Constitution. So let me run it down for you. Number one, the Democrat left. See, there are some centrist Democrats. That's why I say that. The Democrat left doesn't want any deportations. They're opposed to all of it. Roll the tape.
You know, it's bone chilling. Every day there's something new. And today we just saw President Trump express openness to taking U.S. citizens and sending them off without due process to foreign prisons. It's anti-American. But this concentration of power, greed, and corruption is oligarchy. It's oligarchy in America.
Now, whoever is buying that, again, is living in a delusional world. Now, Trump never said he's going to deport U.S. citizens without due process. And the man who was deported to El Salvador, the Garcia, who's the left has adopted as this martyr, okay, he's not a U.S. citizen. He's a Salvadoran citizen who snuck into this country illegally. Now, he is in the system here because he did claim asylum, so they should bring him back. I've said that quite clearly. Trump administration's making a mistake not bringing the man back because the Supreme Court wants the man back. And if I'm President Trump, I don't want to alienate the Supreme Court. Period. Period. If the man is MS-13, that will be proven by the Justice Department. I believe he probably is affiliated with that gang. And the reason I believe it is because authorities caught him in Tennessee with a bunch of undocumented in a van. And the authorities in Tennessee did not charge this guy Garcia with anything. But they caught him. So he's not some guy cutting the lawn on Saturday in Maryland. But let the Justice Department prove it. And then you boot him. Okay, so let me give you the stats here. We don't have an exact number of how many foreign nationals have been deported since President Trump took office. There is no definitive number, but I can tell you this because we got it from ICE and the Border Patrol. There have been 113,000 arrests since the president took office, 113,000. North of 100,000 have been deported out of that crew. Okay? There are 48,000 undocumented migrants right now in detention in ICE detention, and their cases are being reviewed. All right, 31% of those have criminal convictions, 23 have pending criminal charges. That makes 54% of all being held right now, and 46%, all the others, are listed as other immigration violator. Now, that could be anything. That could just be coming across the border, overstaying your visa. But the majority of these people being held now, 48,000, are involved in some kind of criminal activity. All right, so you have the stats. Now, that's not close to 15 million. It'll never get to 15 million. So, the Trump administration has now decided that it's going to ask all undocumented people to register with this federal government and self-deport. I'll get to that in a moment. Also, President Trump signed Executive Order 14157, designated the following as terrorist organizations, which means they don't get due process. Okay? MS-13, Tren de Aragua from Venezuela, and then a bunch of Mexican gangs. All right? Sinaloa Cartel, Nueva Generacion, Los Zetos, all of those people. There's the list here. All right? Gulf Cartel, they're all drug and people smugglers in Mexico. So if the federal authorities find any of those people in the United States, no due process, out of here. Okay? That's what the executive order says, and that will stand under the Bush Terrorist Act that was passed after 9/11. Okay, so back to the Trump administration. It wants to have each undocumented person be responsible and let the federal government know what you're doing here. And go back to your home country. The point person for this is National Security, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Roll the tape.
Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Now, I don't believe many undocumented people are going to register. They're afraid. They're not going to do it. All right? I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. The final thing about this is that in any country, the federal government has to know who is here. In any country. That's why you take the census. All right? And in our system, the amount of people dictate how many Congress people the states have. And it goes on and on and on and on. You got to know who's here. And we don't, because of Joe Biden. One man, Joe Biden. We have no idea who's here, what they're doing, why they're here. And I don't think they're going to sign up. All right? But it is absolutely constitutional and reasonable to try to find out what's going on with these foreign nationals. Right? There's no argument. And the fact that the left doesn't want any accountability tells you everything you need to know about that movement. And they want the foreign nationals to be here, to register as Democrats, and to vote their way. That's what the ultimate goal is. And finally, Biden is almost solely responsible for this. Congress didn't have anything to do with this open border. I mean, they supported Biden, the Democrats did, and that was stupid. But they didn't say we want an open border. They didn't submit a new immigration law that'll let everybody in. That was Biden alone. And the catastrophe that caused, literally, I think it'll be $1 trillion after we do it all. $1 trillion out of our treasury. Death, destruction, you all know about the crimes, okay? Chaos everywhere. Money paid to undocumented people in hospitals, education. One man did that. Joe Biden. Second worst president of all time. And the reason is that James Buchanan, the guy before Abraham Lincoln, was a coward and allowed the South to arm itself and rise up in rebellion. And that was worse than what Biden did. But Biden is close second now. And that's the memo. All right, a judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from making changes to the passport. So the gender people, the non-binary people, I don't know who they are, trans people, all right. They want an X instead of a male or female on their passport. Trump said no. So a judge in Massachusetts, of course, appointed by Biden, of course, named Julia Kobik, said, no. The State Department can't take X out of the passports. Well, this is insane. And on April 16th in Great Britain, they passed a law. The British passed a law that says, no, on a passport, you got to have biological sex. You're born a man or a woman. That's it. No X, no Y, no Z, no LGBT, nothing. Now, if Great Britain can do that, we'll do it. That'll happen here. You wait and see. But this is, madness. It's far left madness. Are you worried about the IRS collecting and unsavory tactics by that group? Tax Network USA, the nation's premier tax relief firm, can help you. They've already negotiated more than $1 billion in tax relief for their clients. Their services include penalty forgiveness, hardship programs, which can delay payments until your tax debt expires, and lump sum settlement options through offer in compromise. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, their experts are ready to assist you. Even if you're behind on taxes due to missing records, Tax Network USA can guide you through the process. Tax season long over, and for the IRS, that means it's collection season now. So to schedule a complimentary consultation, please call 800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/bill. Don't let the IRS aggressive tactics control you. Take charge of your financial future. Visit tnusa.com/bill today. All right, on YouTube, and I hope you're watching in Malaysia, we got a analysis of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, youtube.com/Bill O'Reilly. That's our channel. It's free, and we hope you check it out. Okay, to the mail. We got Ron Leota, who's a premium member in Jacksonville, Florida. Bill, do you agree that anyone who enters the USA illegally is committing a federal crime? I hear a lot of mainstream news outlets say it's a civil crime and they shouldn't be arrested and removed. It is a civil crime. But there are courts, like traffic court, okay, like tax court. But it is not a criminal offense to cross into this country illegally or overstay your visa. It should be. In the new immigration law, make it a criminal offense. Make everything a lot easier. Susan Bartle of Vero Beach, Florida, would you please address why all Democrats keep saying illegal aliens have constitutional rights? Because they do. Once you set foot on our soil, even if you are a foreign national, you are under our Constitution. That is the fact. But there are different categories, of course. So, executive order, now those gang members, no constitutional rights, they're out of here by law. If they catch you at the border sneaking in, they could turn you right around by law. Jason Voss, Katori, Japan. Mr. O, could you please explain to me and the rest of your viewers why the United States should extend due process to undocumented immigrant gang members? Well, if they're categorized as terrorists, as we reported earlier, then we don't. But the Constitution says what the Constitution says, and it must be obeyed, or we have anarchy. C. Brazadowski, Venice, Florida. Do you really believe Donald Trump knows what he's doing? With his tariff policies, more than $14 trillion has been wiped out of the stock market. Take years for any recovery. No, it won't. No, it won't. that market will snap back real fast if the tariff deals are made. And but the longer it goes on, the harder it's going to be to snap back. Jan Kismiller, North Venice, Florida. As a psychologist, I agree with you. The only way to help drug addicts is tough love. I've worked with many of them, and the only approach is to be tough. That's my experience. Roger Winnick. Mr. Reilly, your comments tonight regarding Pope Francis and the Catholic Church in America made me proud to be a Catholic. I agree with you. You did an outstanding job of explaining on News Nation the hypocrisy manifested by President Biden and Nancy Pelosi. Your strong delivery of your analogies and explanations left no doubt about which behaviors are right and wrong as far as Catholic dogma. You know, here's an interesting thing, Roger. My book, Killing Jesus, what was that out? That was our third book. So that had to been out 15 years ago. It's number 1 on Amazon in History of Religions today. Killing Jesus. Thank you for the compliments on News Nation. Tori, agree federal tax exemptions were invented to help public interest, not to promote ideology. Agree that Trump should hold Harvard accountable. Okay. I don't have any disagreement to hold them accountable. Janet, as a Harvard graduate, I completely support President Trump yanking taxpayer dollars. I attended at a time when, yes, it was liberal, but spirited debates happen over cups of coffee and hamburgers. Yeah, me too. Same thing. Tony, I appreciate your Harvard education bill. You utilize it very effectively. Well, that's nice of you to say. I did learn a lot there at the Kennedy School. No doubt about it. All right, we got the Not Woke Mom mugs. They're going to sell out, so if you want to give Mom one, and I'd give her a Killing Witches too, so we have a combo with a great price. And if flowers and all that, okay. But these are 2 gifts that she can keep and have and like, and much better. So check that out, please, on our store at BillO'Reilly.com. Then we have the Not Woke gear for everybody this summer. And I'm seeing more and more of it around. So pick up your hats, your golf shirts, your T-shirts, your mugs, whatever you want to do. Word of the day, do not be insolent. INSOLENT. I was dealing with somebody who was insolent yesterday. Didn't turn out well for that person. All right, back with a final thought that will enhance your life. Now, I don't know your exact situation, but if you are like the thousands of homeowners that American Financing talks with each month, you're probably drowning in high interest debt. Inflation has made life more expensive. And if you are still carrying credit card balances at 20% interest or more, while your mortgage sits untouched, you're missing the opportunity to turn things around through your home. And that's where American Financing can help. Would you trade just 10 minutes for a chance to save an average of $800 a month? A quick, no-obligation call could change everything for you. American Financing has salary-based mortgage consultants, and there are no upfront fees to discover how much you could save. So don't wait. Please call American Financing today. 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557. AmericanFinancing.net. A new administration will be sworn in soon, as we all know, but who knows what could happen before that? I'm not taking any chances, which is why I have an emergency food supply from My Patriot Supply. Right now, they are offering $100 off their 3-month emergency food kit. It's got 2,000 calories a day, 3 months, plenty to get you through an emergency. Their food kits last for up to 25 years of storage and even come in rugged, weatherproof buckets. Please go to preparelikebill.com right now to order your 3-month emergency food kit. I've got an emergency food supply because my safety and security is worth it. Again, please visit preparelikebill.com to order your 3-month emergency food kit right now. Here is the final thought of the day. So we got a new perk for premium and concierge members, and this is a great Mother's Day or Father's Day gift. You sign up for concierge membership, you got direct access to me. get a special email. Got a problem, you want more information on something, you just email us. With less than 24 hours, we're back to you. Premium membership, you get the same thing. You don't get access to me, but you get transcripts and you get all of that. But for both memberships, we have the tip of the day. Now, yesterday's tip, we just started it this morning, but I wrote it yesterday, with 2 history books that are fun to read and you'll like. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some entertainment. I'm going to do some money. It's a tip of the day. It's on BillO'Reilly.com, easy to read, goes real fast, no, not burden. And so it's really worth it to get this membership because remember, they get the free book. Confronting Evil's coming out in September. If you don't have Confronting the Presidents, you got to get it. So when you add the cost of the book to the price of the membership, it's like you're paying nothing. I mean, I can't do better than that. So I hope you check out membership on BillO'Reilly.com. I should send the premier, the president of Malaysia, so he knows I'm not a colonialist. Colonialist. First time I've ever been called that, by the way. Okay. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.